Hi everyone, and thank you for watching my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Omniverse. And before we even go any further, what's an Omniverse? An Omniverse is the entire hierarchy of the galaxies, the universes, the dimensions, everything that exists. And just like here on Earth, it's complicated. It's very complicated, and there's a system of things. There's a hierarchy of things, and there's a delicate balance within everything, and the omniverse is no different. So I want to talk about the makeup of the omniverse, kind of explain what it is and what's in it, and also talk about tie some lots of things related to spirituality into it, because that's all part of the omniverse too. It all works under one big umbrella, and they're all interrelated. And a lot of what I'm going to talk about is going to be way out there, so I need you to be prepared for that with an open mind. Unzip your head and flip it off, and let's do this. So let's start with the Earth. The Earth is a really complicated place. Lots of different creatures. Everything is really diverse. We have animals. We have people, and I believe we even have people that are undiscovered on this planet. We have even higher beings on this planet. Um, Human beings are at the top here on planet Earth, but in general, uh, Earth Earth people are are at a lower level of development, and I think very few of us are highly evolved. We're here to learn lessons. We're here to master things, and we're the master plan is to graduate from this planet and evolve and go somewhere else. And even some of us can make lateral moves from this planet to another equivalent planet. Doesn't, but a lot of us have incarnation after incarnation here on this planet, most of us. So this is a place where you learn things, you master things, and it's going to take lifetime after lifetime to learn all of these lessons and graduate. It's kind of like school, college. It's like this is a classroom, and there's lots of things that we have to learn here and master before we can go to the next level. Also, here on this planet, this is a multi-dimensional planet as well. It's a planet, but there's multiple dimensions. There's other creatures, multi-dimensional creatures existing among us that we can't see. But they're here with us. They do different jobs. They serve different purposes. And some of these creatures you know well, some of them you don't know well. And the ones you do know well, angels, even devils, um, various spirits. And as far as my thought goes in regards to like leaving the planet and extraterrestrials, I personally do not believe that an extraterrestrial can come to this planet and exist and do things. I Only way I could see it coming here and doing things is if it did it, if it left its body back where it came from and came as a spirit and incarnated some kind of a way here. So I don't like using the word believe. I guess a better word for believe is comprehend. So I can't comprehend that an extraterrestrial that can come here and and do things here and exist here and interact with us. And I think that an extraterrestrial, it, they live on their own planet. They live in their own world, and they're going through their own phases, their own changes. Learn their own lessons, and they're graduating within their own world. And their world has nothing to do with our world. I think if they have the ability to come here and interfere with what we're doing, I think there's going to be some type of karma in regards to them, for them, doing that and making that type of move. So I highly doubt that something from another world or another planet will come here and do something to us, or take over or something like that. Now, if that does happen, I feel that it's something that's already here. I believe that there's higher beings here besides us. And if we see these higher beings, we're gonna think that they're aliens because we've never seen them before. But they've already been here, and they're not from another planet. And yeah, so my whole point in saying all of that is, the planet Earth is a classroom, and we're here to learn lessons. We're here to master the being here, and master these incarnations, and get all the lessons, and be build our knowledge and be the perfect earthling, not even human being, earthling. And I mentioned in the beginning that this is all an entire system. It's a hierarchy, and there's politics involved in all of this. And we have other planets, and uh, the common thought is that the other planets are uninhabited, but I don't know about that. I've been learning lots of things about that, and now I'm beginning to really question if planets are uninhabited. And and when I say I question whether they're uninhabited, I mean some creature, it lives on the surface, then the whole chemistry, the whole makeup is not for us. So I think even if it's there, it's probably we can't see it. But just because you can't see something doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And also, I've been learning about lately. If you saw my last video, I talked about the inner Earth, and once you start studying the inner Earth theory, you learn that a lot of what we've been taught about what the Earth is, it completely doesn't make sense. And like at first, when I started learning about that, it seemed ridiculous at first, but I'm not one to just shy away from something because it seems ridiculous. I'll look at it and see how ridiculous it is, and check and see if it can actually make sense. And lucky for me, it made lots of sense. I saw lots of contradictions about the earth and what we've been taught, and things like that. So that was a pretty good move. And I say all that to say that if other planets are like the planet Earth, and the planet Earth is hollow, and it has its own world inside, then entities, not entities, well, entities too, because everything's multidimensional, but other creatures can exist within those planets because they have a sun within. And you know we this planet is a classroom, and there's other planets. There's this The universe is humongous. It looks endless, and we know there's lots of planets, lots of solar systems, lots of galaxies. It looks totally infinite, and we can go to those. We can reincarnate and go to other places. We can become other beings, other entities. And we're here to master this place, and understand this place, and learn all the lessons of what it is to be a earthling. Now, I was doing some thinking. This is just really just a thought, and I'll research it later. But I was doing some thinking. We've left the age of Pisces. That's what everyone says. We've left the age of Pisces, and we're now in the age of Aquarius. And it's also said that we've left from the third dimension, and we're now in the fifth dimension. And we're supposed to be at a place of higher consciousness, and we're supposed to have evolved. And if you know about ages, the age of Pisces, the ages go backwards. You know, ages move backwards. They don't move forward. That you like if they move forward, you have the age of the first one would be the age of Aries, and then the age of Taurus. But we just left the age of Pisces, and we're going backwards into the age of Aquarius, and then the next age will be like the age of Capricorn. And if you think about like the whole progression and kind of what coincided, the eras that coincided during that whole progression, it kind of it brought a lot of questions for me about what this is and what's going on. For example, the age of Pisces began about 2,000 years ago, 2,200, 2,300. An age goes about that long. And that's around the time when the Bible says everything kicked off. Adam, Eve, and that whole thing, the first people. And I see the Bible as I take all spiritual texts and religious texts. I take them seriously and I value them, but I don't necessarily believe them all literally. Now, if they're literal or not, I'm trying to figure some of this stuff out. Like everybody, right? We all trying to figure it out. But if that could symbolize that there was some type of beginning at that time. I'm saying that's when God started everything up, and that's when everything was created. But it's probably symbolic. It probably doesn't literally mean that everything was created at that time. And of course, a lot of real life things contradict that. Like for example, dinosaur remains. If you believe the whole theory of dinosaurs existing and dating everything. And I'm not saying that it's a lie, but I question a lot. But if you think about the age that was before the age of Pisces was the age of Aries. And in order to understand like an age, and when you start talking about astrology and you start talking about it in the language of astrology, you got to kind of know what these ages mean and what the signs mean. And I think everyone generally, if you have decent knowledge of astrology, of just very basic knowledge, you know what each sign is and kind of what it represents. And basically, with we just left the age of Pisces. Is Piscean energy is like a completion energy. It's completion. It's sacrifice. It's believing. It's a very spiritual. It's very spiritually oriented, guided type of thing. And now we're in the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is very everyone has a voice. It's reaching out to the people. It's about the group. It's about technology. It's about being advanced and moving forward. And you can tell the past 20 years have really just the world has completely changed. And I think it makes it pretty obvious that we are definitely in the age of Aquarius, or very, very, very close to it. So, if all of this is true, or the way it seems to be, then
The age before the age of Pisces would be the age of Aries, and Aries is the beginning of the zodiac. Pisces is the end of the zodiac, and with what is so
I wonder what the age was before Pisces. What was going on during that age? And Aries is about taking initiative. It's about starting something over, getting. Um, it's about really taking charge. That type of thing. It's like a being born type of thing. So perhaps that what was going on during that whole age. I'm not really familiar with like the history of during that time. I guess I'll look it up later and kind of explore it and see what's up with it. But when you start looking and thinking about all of these, thinking about it like this, a lot of it begins to make a lot of sense. But a lot of it also doesn't make sense. With ages go backwards. They don't go forward. Like Aries, Taurus, Gemini, they go backwards. So
after the age of Aquarius, we're going to go to the age of Capricorn. And I guess the age of Capricorn, there's going to be really, really rigid society and really, really tightly controlled society. I don't think that's going to be fun at all. This is already kind of, kick starting to something kind of crazy right now. We're coming into the age of Aquarius where,
you know we it's been a wild ride the past 20 years. Like, and I'm specifically talking about the I don't want to say the word. You know what I'm talking about. All and censorship and all this stuff. So yeah, it's been pretty crazy. And I was wondering about that, about what it all means, and in regards to what's going to happen with everything. But I think
my whole point, my whole point, I'm rambling right now. My whole point in like bringing that up is that
I think it gives some answers to some of like the spiritual texts. People argue and try not argue, I guess discuss. They're trying to learn. We're all trying to learn. I don't think anyone wants to step on anyone's toes. We're all trying to learn, and everyone has their own view on spirituality and religion, and I like to look at it all because everything is related. Everything works and moves together. So you can't really separate anything from anything. So for me, I can take even a religious text that I totally don't believe or can't comprehend, and read it and think about it. Say, could this happen? Does this make sense? Does this mean something else? And I could learn something from it. I take that approach. So nothing is useless to me in regards to learning, especially something as abstract and controversial as religious spirituality type of belief systems and explorations of thought. And what else was I? Yeah. So there's we have a hierarchy in the universe, and there's also hierarchies of spiritual hierarchies, and they all go hand in hand. And of course, I'm just speaking now of what I'm aware of, or what I think I'm aware of. And I think it's important to know to kind of know about these hierarchies, and at least have a knowledge of them. It's good. It's really good to know things, because it just makes everything make so much sense, and it just a big stress reliever, knowing things. And with the various dimensions, we have many different multi-dimensional entities that exist even among us. There's probably multi-dimensional entities in here with me right now as we speak, guiding me. And when I say multidimensional entities, I'm talking about demons, devils, angels, etc. There's even I've heard and I'm learning about there's even entities that feed off of our fear called the archons. I've learned about that. I haven't, I'm a work in progress with all of this, but I'm aware of it and learning of their existences and how they work and how they move, and it's also helping me understand everything better, and I can move better. So that's all I wanted to talk about. Just the Omniverse, and just give like a different outlook or understanding of spirituality, existence, and we're everything's moving so fast. With we're in a technological age. Everyone's thinking differently. Like a lot of what I'm talking about right now, uh, last last century in the last century, this is just ridiculous talk. But I think um, the viewers, the watchers are far more willing to sit down and at least listen and have this type of conversation because of the evolution that we're all making right now as a people, as on this planet. And the planet is moving. The planet itself is an organism, and the planet itself is evolving, just like we are. We're living on the planet, and the planet itself is moving through. It's moving through ages. It's moving through different uh, di- dimensions. It's graduating to different levels, to higher levels. So the planet itself is striving to be better, if that makes any sense. So I'll stop here. I don't want to start rambling too much. And thank you so much for watching my video and having an open mind. Um, Stay tuned, more to come. I talk about so many different things, and hopefully I'm not getting too weird for you. But I think you already know I'm a pretty weird guy, but I think I'm weird in a good way. So I love you all. You take care out there, and I'll see you next time.